Hey everybody, it's your old pal Chuck. And well, this is a bit of a surprise. I was expecting to film deluxe class Scorponok from the studio series Rise of the Beast line. Well, instead, I was surprised by a notification from Amazon that my order of the Earthspark one-step changers, Skullcruncher and Elita-1, uh, not only shipped, but was delivered like 2 days early. So, for those of you who don't know, I do live in New York, and today was a bit of a snow day, so I was quite happy to even see them not only delivered, forget on time, but early. So, to be clear, I got these off of Amazon. There was no pre order, and as with most of the Earthspark line, little to no fanfare from Hasbro. But for those of you who maybe this is your first time being introduced to the flip changers, these are a different take on the one-step changers. While some of them, like Skullcruncher, open the same way, the articulation on the figures is a bit different. There is no articulation, and the way they close is by triggering, as you can see right here on Elita-1, a catch that will have them spring shut. Now, as I've said in previous reviews, um, these are called flip changers. The idea is to throw them in the air and let them hit the ground. I do not recommend that at all. You can break them. A simple tip over, as I'll demonstrate in a minute, um, will very easily um, trigger the transformation. So we're going to get into that right now. We'll pause and take a look at Skullcruncher. Okay, here's Skullcruncher, and this is a little bit of a surprise because out of all the G1 Transformers, who would have thought a season 4 headmaster who in the US had very little um, visual meat, like a cartoon appearance, what have you, would have a bit of a revival in um, first Cyberverse and now Earthspark. Not as a headmaster, mind you, but just as a straight transformer. Kind of cool. Makes me kind of wonder if this figure was maybe planned for Cyberverse, but got held back to be included in the Earthspark line. Um, anyway, as I mentioned, this is going to be triggered by dropping it on that catch right there. So what I recommend doing is just tipping the figure backwards and try to do it on a somewhat firm surface. I was doing this actually before the review on my dining room table, and I guess because of the tablecloth, it was actually catching. But it will spring shut like that, and then as a very nice touch, that again, because simple figures, the one step, they don't include instructions. You can very easily notice this that there's a the end of tip of the tail comes out, little notch there, snaps into place, and it completes Skullcruncher. In fact, you know what? I'm looking at the box here real quick, and I don't know. Judging by the angle, like I'm trying to recreate the angle, it kind of looks like the tail either gets cut off or not even shown. I don't, I think there's the nub, but they're not even showing you the full tail. But I think that's kind of cool. And this is a very nice, like, update to Skullcruncher. I'm not going to say modern, because you know what? This looks like the classic character. Just, a little different styling, but the colors there, the paint's there. And this is actually fairly long. I mean, there are just deluxe Transformers whose alt modes are smaller than this. So to go back, to reset, I should say, fold the tail back up, it will friction into place there. And then we're going to butterfly the legs out, just like so. And this is, again, like those switchblade one-step changers. And then uh, you'll see here, it'll hook into place just like that. Unfortunately, yes, as I've mentioned, there is no articulation here in the arms or anything. At least on the one-step changers, they used to be able to rotate the arm forward, and then even in some gift sets, they would include handheld weapons. So you reset it, and then once again, give it a little bit of a push, and it just closes up just like that. Easy peasy. Let's take a look at Elita-1. Alrighty, so here's Elita-1. If you remember, the figure is more of like a armored vehicle, 50s hot rod type of thing. Or is that's RC, I think. This is more of like an armored vehicle, but nice color. Really, I can't say this is pink. This is more like a neon rose almost. You have like a nice pearlescent sheen to it. Great detail on the head. Now, out of the one-step changers the flip changers I handle, I'm going to slip a lot because these are one step. It's just, they flip. Uh, I haven't seen this transformation design. So obviously we're now, unlike Skullcruncher, we're going to tip this forward, and there we go. Elita-1 is now in its vehicle mode. I think this is like a hot rod, and basically, it's very nice. Everything comes together well, rolls quite nicely, even though the wheels are, uh, pegged on, not pinned on. But to reset it, what you want to do is turn it up on its side, grab the roof, the side windows, and the windshield, slide this back, and you want to make sure it hooks into place, and that will bring up the torso and flip the arms out. So we'll do it again. There you go. Nice little spring. And again, to reset, pull this back, and you'll feel like a little click as the hook catches this section of the vehicle, and you'll see that the trigger there will pop up. But again, like Skullcruncher, there's no articulation. The whole purpose of this toy is the transformation. So kind of cool, kind of fun. I do notice that when it comes to the front here, it doesn't close properly. That just might be a little tightness in the spring. I think maybe after some time it'll close up. But yeah, really fun. I think both of these are kind of cool. So how about we pause and we'll come back with my final thoughts. There's really not a lot more to say about these figures. You guys know what you're getting. One thing I do want to mention, and this is, I could say, is universal to the flip changers. On occasion, some of the hinges might get stuck. Not so much on the switchblade, but butterfly knife opening type of design of, say, the Skullcruncher, but with something like Elita-1 here, I actually did right before starting to record again, it did get stuck. So in that case, really what you want to do is just massage the joint, try to come in with your finger and help support it. I mean, that'll just happen when you have a lot of moving parts all going at the same time, which is what these one-step figures are. Um, they're not meant to be articulated. They're not meant to be the second coming of the greatest Transformers of all time. They're fun, simple desk toys, um, and they're cheap, relatively cheap representations of characters you might be into. So, again, best toy definition. Um, again, I got them from Amazon. I think we had like a little bit of like an accidental reveal, but then there was no pre-order announced, and they are available in stock on Amazon right now. So if you're interested, go ahead, pick them up. I know searching for Transformers, especially Earthspark on Amazon, can be a little tricky. So I would recommend going to the Transformers storefront and just searching by the name there, or using Google and search Amazon.com, and then either the line or the line and specific figure you're looking for. But that's about it for the review. If you like this review, like, comment, and subscribe. I always appreciate the views, but the likes, comments, and subscriptions help with the algorithm. Um, if you really want to make the ultimate sign of support, I do have a Patreon. It is www.patreon.com/chuckdog1999. All I ask for is $1 a month, $12 a year. No thrills, no tears, no special rewards. All you're doing is helping me help you to help you bring figures like this to you, as well as keeping up the infrastructure of the channel. But as I always say, if you can't afford the $1 a month or $12 a year, your views are more than thanks enough. Patreon is just a cherry on top of an already generous Sunday. So that's about it. Once again, I'm your old pal Chuck for Skullcruncher and Elita-1. We will see you next time.